Hey there, fight fans. Today in this video, Tony Ferguson has informed fans that he will be sharing the Octagon with the undefeated Shavkat Rakhmonov. Also in this video, Israel Adesanya, who had refused to speak to the press after UFC 293 in Sydney, has now found the strength to publicly discuss what had happened. Khamzat Chimaev is relocating to the United Arab Emirates. He has emigrated. He is no longer a Swede, said his manager Majdi Shammas. Stipe Miocic has showed off his current form 7 weeks before his upcoming fight with Jon Jones. And then at the end of this video, Leon Edwards has vowed to deliver the final nail to Colby Covington's coffin. So let's kick things off in order. A week and a half after his unexpected loss in a title fight against Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya, who had refused to speak to the press after UFC 293 in Sydney, has now found the strength to publicly discuss what had happened.
Let's talk about the first round. He rocked you and dropped you with a right straight. What was your own initial reaction to that like? Because we saw, people's reactions on the internet. Rogan almost had a heart attack. Like, Rogan's eyes almost popped out of his head. Like, couldn't even.
I haven't seen many of them yet, but yeah, mine was like, this nigga just dropped me. And I started kind of like laughing a little bit. And at one point I looked at Mark Gordon. You can find the clip and frame it. I was just like, I'm okay. But I was just like, and then right afterwards, we disengaged, and I feel like, right, I'm clear, I'm lucid, back on the attack, and then it was 5 seconds or something left, so then I went back to my corner.
At the same time, Adesanya avoided answering the question of whether he intends to demand an immediate rematch with the new division champion. Let's see. The belt never mattered to me. How many times have I said that it's just a fashion accessory? I already have plenty of belts, so now I'm just going to do it for fun, simply to enjoy myself.
So please, I will never put your I never put your
So guys, I got the drugs. But anyways, the doctor was like, hey Sean, you really shouldn't train with your foot like that. And I'm like, doctor, I'm a grown ass man. I know how to handle a cut. And I'll tell you what guys, anytime I say I'm a grown ass man, I usually do some stupid shit afterwards. I don't know why, just what it is. But like, who could trust doctors these days, man? Doctors used to be trustworthy. They used to tell us that cocaine was good to help you work, it was good to make you lose weight, and now they say it's bad for you. Now I gotta drink coffee like a commoner. Now they tell us that COVID's real, that you gotta put a needle in your arm from Chinese virus. What I'm saying, you guys, I don't trust no doctors.
Former interim UFC lightweight champion Tony Ferguson has informed fans that he will be sharing the Octagon with the undefeated Shavkat Rakhmonov, who recently challenged potential opponents. Looks like I'm fighting this weekend, the American wrote on social media, posting a homemade poster of the fight with Rakhmonov. I hope I can make weight. I'm kidding, who the hell is this? However, Ferguson is undoubtedly aware of Rakhmonov's growing reputation in the UFC. Now, on September 16th at UFC Fight Night 227 in Las Vegas, Shavkat was supposed to be fighting Kelvin Gastelum. However, a month and a half before the event, Gastelum withdrew from the fight, having received a serious cut and a broken nose during training. The organization's matchmakers were unable to find a replacement to keep Rakhmonov on the card, and he himself tried to get Kamaru Usman as an opponent. A few days earlier, the 28-year-old Rakhmonov, riding a streak of 5 early victories in the UFC, again reminded potential opponents of himself by announcing his readiness to take part in UFC 294 or UFC 295. So whether this fight materializes or not, the excitement surrounding the UFC continues to be fueled by unexpected twists and some intriguing matchups. And one of them is the title fight between Yuri Prochazka and Alex Pereira, which has been officially scheduled.
Jon Jones, let her rip. I love Jesus and cocaine. Stipe, let's hear from you. Baseball's cool. Yuri, tell us what your thoughts are. Samurai. Alex Pereira, give us a reason to watch this fight. I'm sorry, could you repeat that in Portuguese? Jon Jones, back up to you. Stipe, how you feeling? Yuri Prochazka, second chance here. Any reason we should give a damn? Alex Pereira, before we wrap this thing, we'll give you one last crack at it. You've been at Madison Square Garden before. They're returning you to the Garden, and they took your main event away. Does that bother you?
Now, as you already know, the vacant UFC Light Heavyweight Championship will be up for grabs on November 11th at UFC 295 in New York. The organization of this fight, which will become the second most important event of a numbered event, was officially announced by UFC CEO Dana White. Last June, Yuri Prochazka won the UFC light heavyweight title with a 5th-round rear naked choke finish over Glover Teixeira. However, in December, the Czech fighter was forced to abandon his rematch with the Brazilian and vacate the title after suffering a serious shoulder injury during training. As a result, Jamal Hill became the owner of the vacant belt, defeating Teixeira by unanimous decision. But nevertheless, he was forced to resign as champion after suffering an ankle injury during a basketball match.
Both guys that I wanted to see, that both come with pretty big followings, exciting styles, and fighters that people want to see. And I believe I possess a style that people want to see, and it gives people a show that they want to see. So they're definitely two fighters that I wanted to meet in my reign as champion, and I do still plan to meet upon my return.
Right, so November 11th. You're back. Back quarterback. Let's go. Yep.
Now let us remind you that the main event of UFC 295 will be a heavyweight title fight between Jon Jones and Stipe Miocic.
Jon Jones returning, the first real fight at heavyweight. And when I say real fight, that's not a disrespect to Ciryl Gane. Love Ciryl Gane. But Jon took him down quickly and it was over very fast. So it wasn't necessarily a fight for him. We didn't have all these questions answered, like, can Jon take a real shot off a legit heavyweight? Will his gas tank continue throughout 5 rounds? Will he be able to fight at a high pace? We don't know, because it ended quickly in the first round. Against Stipe Miocic, it's gonna be a real fight.
And while Miocic continues to prepare for the fight with Jon Jones, he has shared some photos from training, saying every minute of every hour, Miocic posted on social media. Another welterweight title fight awaits us, featuring the current division champion Leon Edwards and the second-ranked contender Colby Covington. This highly anticipated matchup will headline UFC 296 on December 16th in Las Vegas.
The people have been asking me,
When you bring them back,
where's the fight? Why aren't you fighting? When is the King of Miami coming back? Well, guess what? America's champ is back.
Colby Covington, Leon Edwards is the fight that I'm most interested in because Colby's been close. Leon has improved leaps and bounds. It's one thing to fight a wrestler. It's another thing to fight a wrestler like Colby Covington. Love him or hate him, you have to respect that he is a tremendous competitor. He is one of the hardest working guys you'll ever meet.
Rocky took to Instagram to share the fight announcement poster along with a caption expressing his intentions regarding chaos. On December 16th, I will deliver the final nail in this man's coffin. In other news, Khamzat Chimaev is relocating to the United Arab Emirates. He has emigrated. He is no longer a Swede, said his manager Majdi Shammas. Chimaev's next fight is scheduled for October 21st against Paulo Costa at UFC 294, which will mark his debut for his new country. Questions about what led to this decision and what changes it will bring to Chimaev's career must be answered by the fighter. However, one possible reason is that he has grown weary of reproaches for his friendship with Ramzan Kadyrov. Another possible factor is that in Sweden, fighters are required to pay high taxes on their earnings, whereas in the Emirates, the tax burden is much lower. But what do you think about this? Write your thoughts in the comments.